Hello, and welcome back to Physics Corner with your host, Jake. As you can see, we're back to the original corner. Good to be back. Anyways, another week of physics has passed, come and gone, and once again, the weeks are just flying by. I can't believe we're about a third through the semester already. First project ended this week. It's exciting. Got done with that. Got that out of the way. Tuesday was the end of the project. We got to race our cars, our drag cars. Gotta have the long look to drag race. There was two groups that had funny cars and two groups that had rails. Rails are the more traditional looking dragster car. Funny cars are the bigger car, more car-shaped dragster. And we used the same style of rockets. The only difference between the two cars were the shape. The rails are much skinnier, more aerodynamic looking. I thought they would have less wind resistance, which is a type of friction. And so I thought that they would perform better. It turned out that one of the funny cars actually performed the best. That was the other group. My group was the other funny car group, and we were in the bottom. Our car was the slowest. But it was still a lot of fun. It was fun to do that. It was fun to watch and see what was happening. And as the cars were going, I found myself thinking about the different topics we had studied and what was happening and what was going on with the car as it moved across the track. And it was a lot of fun. It took a little while to do that. About half the class time was taken up by the races. Then we got back to class and we talked about it and discussed the races, and we averaged out all the times and declared our winner. And then we talked about discrepancies and things that might have, caused one car to be faster than the other. The track, it wasn't a perfectly smooth track. One lane looked like it was a little smoother than the other lane. But we did run each car in each lane. We did run our cars twice, and we got to run once in each lane. So that was good. But there was also other discrepancies, such as some of the motors malfunctioned. One car flipped midway through. There might have been some pebbles or rocks on the track. And so some of the data got skewed a little bit. But it was still a lot of fun. So then after we got back to class, we got to watch the videos that everyone had worked so hard on. And they were very interesting, a lot of fun. Each group did something pretty much entirely different. One group did a analysis. They took us through analysis of a video analysis and discussed and talked about what was going on during the flight of the car. Another group did a spoof of a newscast. It was very entertaining, lots of fun, very funny. Another group did more an entertaining style of video. That was my group. We put together video clips from the movie Cars and from other footage that we had and pictures that we had from making of our project. So overall, it was very fun. That was a fun way to see what each group did and how they did during the project. So that was pretty much the day Tuesday. Interviews started on Thursday, and so there was no official class time. The time was turned to our groups. We were able to, if we wanted to, meet together in our groups and work. Strongly recommended that we did so. My group did take the recommendation and meet together. One of our team members had their interview that day, and everyone else's interview is Tuesday. So after Wendy had her interview, we all met together and we discussed what we wanted to do, how we wanted to make our balloon launcher. The next project is called Soap to Teach, and we have to make balloon launchers. We're going to have to try and hit our teacher as he moves across the field with our balloon launcher. And so we got together, discussed how we wanted to make our balloon launchers, and then we went down to Home Depot and picked out our materials. We talked about doing it in a PVC model. We thought the PVC would be easier to break down for storage. It would be easier to put together. It would be easier to move around on the day that we needed to launch, and we could pivot it easier. So when we got there, we priced materials and found out wood was actually a little cheaper. So we went with wood. After looking at it, we discovered that wood would probably be easier to put together overall. So we went with wood, and it's going to be heavy enough to weigh itself down, and it will be more sturdy, a lot sturdier, so we can get better launch. And then Wendy was smart enough to have Home Depot cut the wood for us. So we had all our wood cut in the exact pieces, the measurements that we needed to be, and we're ready to go. All we gotta do is put it together now. So we cruise along and we're doing great. I feel like we're ahead and up the curve on this project, and that we're doing very well. And so that was pretty much our day on Thursday. We still need to find a balloon launcher, however. We went to 2 stores trying to find a balloon launcher. Didn't think it'd be that hard. We're looking for one of those 3-person balloon launchers that we could just attach to the body of our launcher. So that's the project, or that's the week in a wrap. And we'll talk to you next time on the Physics Corner.